Welcome to Bloodlines and Bottom Lines, where we are family, but we do not always agree. I am the baby cousin, the baby millennial DJ.
And I'm Ife, big cuz, big everything. All righty. So we're coming to you today with the season finale, child. Thank you, Jesus. We made it. Hallelujah. It is episode 18. So I need to apologize for those of you who've been watching. I've been recounting wrong. We doubled up on 14 in statement, and so had us behind. So the content is right. The titling is wrong. My bad. Because I sure was talking about Andy. And I was like, you don't know how many episodes they did? And it's because it was too many to count, literally. And so I miscounted. But this is episode 18. And so let's get into it. And this is of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we started with a recap for the season, like they like to do to catch everybody up. I was asking, what did you think of the Go Naked shoot? Because they were kind of doing little snippets. Like, did you like the hair? You like the looks?
The hair was cute. As far as I've heard, not like Go Naked hair is just okay. It's not like it's the best of the best hair. It's alright.
Mid range.
Yeah, like it's not the worst hair ever been
It's
used.
not the best. Okay.
But it's definitely not the best. But the photo shoot was cute nonetheless.
Yeah, I like the outfits they had. That kind of like steely gray almost look. I was like, I like the hair. Cynthia's was big, but at this point she's known for the big hair, so I guess it made sense if you're going for that super big look. And then I liked where Cynthia was in the middle. When they put her on the end, she was doing this weird hunch situation. I was like, no, girl, I know you know how to pose better than that. I'm not feeling it. Get your tall, big hair butt in the middle. So anywho, I just wonder what you thought about that as a creative director and stylist and all.
Understood where she felt like she might not have wanted to be in the middle because she knew like it's when you have the brand and like the brand is like, oh, let's put the person where the hair belongs to. So I understood why I'm trying to put Porsha in the middle.
Yeah.
But it wasn't executed well. But I'm like, girl, you trying to like, and it was a foreseeing of how she's been acting all season.
You're right.
She's been shrinking herself to Porsha, so it's like, well, so that's what it gave at the photo shoot.
You're right, because I was like, wow, what's this like? What's happening? Like, yeah, you're right. But I didn't think about the shrinking part that, yeah, to be with her girl Porsha, because clearly that's her girl, yeah. Now I was like, I don't know where Portia's lips been. You ain't kissing me, girl. I don't know what your lips have been on some other lips, and I don't mean these lips. I ain't ready for it. No, not on the lips. You're not kissing me. They just for my man. So I wonder, do you kiss your friends? Little pets to your friends?
Like on the lips?
Yeah. That's what they did. They kissed each other on the lips. You ain't see that part?
I don't.
I agree. I was like, now I give my friend a kiss on the cheek. I can give you a hug. We might do a little booty bump, but a little smack on the booty. That's about the closest it's getting to intimate. You ain't kissing me on the lips. I don't even want to pet. Well, I would be looking at you like, even if you know how somebody go to kiss you on the cheek and they get a little piece of your lip and be like, hold it now. It's supposed to be going over here. Not right there.
I don't even
These lips are for Vince only.
I get a little on the a little, beside the cheek. I don't even play them games for real.
You said beside. I ain't even kissing your active cheek. You getting an air kiss beside it. Yeah, but I was like, because I think like, I guess her and Cynthia kissed like, you want these lips. And then it was, I think she kissed Drew on the lips. And then did Drew and Cynthia do a little pecky? And I was just like, it's no. I said, my lips are only for my man, my man, my man.
Porsha just finally get but quiet as it's kept, she been kissing and sucking on lips for years. Quiet as it's kept.
True.
So
So I was wondering, so the next little scene, if you will, or review was where Pinky was giving her like thank you to kind of her village for being there for her. And but I was like, it's looking like it's Thanksgiving. So I was wondering, it won't Thanksgiving time though, was it?
They went, because it could be because it went to the pumpkin patch, like the Halloween thing.
Right.
So
maybe. Okay, because I was like, it's giving Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, just the color scheme. Obviously, all the people around the long table, even though they weren't sitting to eat. So I was like, yay, she has the two new franchisees. So I was like, oh, well, that's good. Even though Bravo be doing too much, we're gonna talk about it at the end. Their recaps of people's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, oh, the shade of it all, but we'll talk about that at the end. But I was like, I like the idea of Kay's country event. You know, she was a little nervous when she saw the big old space, like how we're gonna fill this up and make this happen. But I didn't know she was one of the only Black artists signed in Nashville. Did you know that?
Not, no, I didn't know that per se, but I know it's been a struggle. She's been with in Tennessee and being one of the only Black where she is. So
yeah. It seems, yeah, because it doesn't seem like the country music part specifically is the problem, but yeah, it's like I guess you're in our town. Even though she like this is my town too. What you talking about? But and then I thought it was cute. Then we went to where it was Shamia, her daughters, Pinky, her daughter, and Kay, and they were at the pumpkin patch. I was like, oh, it was cute that the kids were playing together. Like y'all might be real, like become friends in real life. So I loved it. And I was like, oh, Auntie K is cute.
Yeah.
She about their size, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's just a little cute situation. And one little girl, I'm not scared at all. Right. But then they want to go over there by the clown. Like, you smart though. You know, I am messing with whatever that is over there. I'm not scared, but I know not to go over there. It don't feel right. But I thought that was funny. And then they start chatting about last night, and that was last night being the party, the Halloween party. And I was like, I'm glad that they peeped that Drew was doing way too much. Like, no sooner than Angela stood up to say something. Yeah, right. And she's vindicated. No, she is not. Shut up.
Vindicated? Yeah. Like, come on.
I was so over her. Been over her. Now I said, now why is Pinky saying they're going tit for tat? No, where the tit for the tat? I said the only time I felt that Shamia and Angela were going tit for tat was way back, pretty much when the beef started, if you will, in the restaurant. I thought that's the only time where it was like a little tit for tat, like you say something, I say something, you say something, and I still felt like light. Like even though I think that was when she initially was like, you effing the whole basketball team. That's laughable. Ain't nobody really, like, I heard what you said, but like, why would I F the whole basketball team? Like, I'm really not a hoe out here in these streets. The whole team, and that's nasty for them and me, like, ew. So, wasn't nobody really too pressed about when you said that, but it was like noted. But I was like, where's the tit for tat at? So I was like, back at the restaurant, yes, but with the allegation of George, no. So there's no tit for tat. It's just she's titting, if you will, Angela.
And it's not even, and it was like a tick, 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 tick before tat. Because if we really want to get into it, like Angela been trying to call Shamia a hoe the whole season.
True. Yeah, because you just lay on your back. You don't make. I'm self-made woman. I'm like, Angela, don't know. What do you do? I guess you claiming you're in real estate, but your first presentation to us as the public is you failing in real estate. Big. So
like, and Shamia has not really been, like, she's been coming at you, but you've been poking at her first.
Yeah, so I just was like, it's no tit for tat. And I was like, and of course, Porsha is a whole other situation. Like, that's friends, deep friendship. And it was, obviously underlying stuff that was going on there. Now I was like, now what would you do about the horse pooping on your lawn? Because they had mentioned that at the thing, like, yeah, the horse pooped on my lawn, and she got a bill from the HOA. Now, obviously, we see later on what the bill is. But I was like, not a bill from the HOA, but they will get you. If there's scum on the side of our house, we get sent a notice. If you don't have it done in a certain amount of time, you will get a violation, which is a cost. So homeowners associations don't play in. Our home association, we ain't gated, we none of those extra things that her big old house is. So I was like, I'm sure they did, and promptly. It probably was someone out the next morning like, what is this?
And you ain't have
horse poop.
Nobody. And who's And they have no what's the word? Like contract saying they can have a horse up there. Like it's a whole bunch of stuff you gotta get signed off before you can have them type of animals in a
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Yes, I was like, yes. I was like, since so my vote would be before I knew how much the bill was, even if it was $200, send that bill to her because this ain't your horse. You didn't agree to a horse coming, and why I'm paying for it.
Right.
I did not. I had a party that you decided to crash my party with a fucking horse. You or if you don't want to pay it, then give it to fake Jay-Z. Now I did not peep that at first. Did you put that two and two together? That he was like a low budget Jay-Z since she was supposed to more or less be Cowboy Carter?
He did have a suit on, but they never said what he was.
They didn't, but they showed it in the episode. Episode, like he had kind of the how tilted kind of how Jay-Z does with the bandana under, and I was like, oh, he is giving fake Jay-Z. Okay. I don't know if you caught the tea later on. When Porsha was talking, I mean, not Porsha, Phaedra talked about him and called him Timu
I saw
Jay-Z.
that.
Timu Jay-Z, that shit was fun. But that was accurate.
It was what he was giving.
I thought that was too funny. I said, not Timu Jay-Z. Oh my goodness. So actually, I didn't realize I had just put that. But yeah, I was like, it almost makes you wonder, like, was Gerald a little bit in on it? Because yeah, how did they get the address? Why would you be willing to interrupt your wife's presentation to say, hey, you got a delivery? I mean, I guess the guy came and was like, oh, I got a special delivery. If maybe he thought it was a love thing. I'm not sure. But like, I'm sure Gerald was a little irritated too. Like, what is this? A bill? Like, yeah, you didn't make sure the horse had them little poop. It's not like a diaper. It's like a
whatever.
It's like a sack thing that they put under their tail so that, like, you know, when horse and carriages, how they have it, it's like a thing that catches their poop. Right. They just obviously walk and poop, walk and pee, just the things be happening. But yeah, I just was like, oh. But yeah, I did wonder that, like, hold on, how did they get the address? He had to, because if he don't know nobody, he ain't really dated you. So then how he know where to come and bring this horse, how you know to be dressed like you, and how you have a Cowboy Carter. Like, it really is giving very produced. Like, you cannot tell none of us you did not plan that. Like, get out of here. Then the one scene you acting like, oh, I didn't know I was getting a horse. I don't know anything about the horse. And the next scene is like, I got to figure out what to do with this horse. I'm like, well, where the horse? Because I hear you talking about having to board it, feed it, none of that. So like you must have rented the horse for it to look like it was a thing, and it wasn't really a thing.
Had to, because where you find someone to put that horse that fast?
He probably was a farm hand, and she was like, "You look I trying to say he was with whoever the guy is that they had introduced him to." I said, "What you think Drew's budget is for her house?" Because she was doing house hunting. Because I was like, she seemed to like this house, but it seemed like the house she was looking at, which was, I think, 1.3 or 3 million, one of the two, wasn't quite hitting. And I was like, but it's over 7,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms for you and your 2 kids plus your mom. So y'all really technically only need 4, obviously maybe one more. And I was like, sounds like plenty. I couldn't believe her mom was going to be 81 though. Could you believe her mom was going to be 81?
I mean, for me, my age bracket and how I look at age is very skewed. Because for me, looking at my mama for the longest, I didn't know how old she was, and then with grandma, I still didn't know for the longest how old she was. So with my age, it's skewed. So
her mama don't look 81. Her mama barely looks 61. So 81. Now I did think of grandma too. I thought that, but then I was like, no, she still don't look 81. This lady don't. But I don't think grandma looked 81 when she was 81 either. So that was it. But yeah, I just was like, 81. What? Then I was like, wow, was she when she had you, Drew? Because I don't think Drew hit 40 yet, or maybe just hit 40. So anyway, I was just being nosy with that. So I was like, you go, girl. But I do think it sucked that Ralph was I said, it sucks that Ralph is doing that. What does he even do for a career? Because, you know, the reason she was crying in the house, because she had a whole little moment.
Right.
And I know that she likes to, like, cover her nose. I guess she don't want to give the ugly, but we still can see it behind your hand. But anywho,
She performing. She ain't crying for real.
Oh, maybe that is it, because I really didn't see a tear fall. But she was crying about that she is being pretty much considered a bad mom. Ain't really no other way to say it. That she's not really there, so she has to prove like her flights and what her involvement
That's
is.
dumb as I
He's
don't know what.
doing he was suing for full custody and possession of the marital home. So I was just like, wow. I was like, it sucks that Ralph is doing that. And what does he even do for a career? Do you know what does Ralph do besides at this point be in the basement? Like, what's his actual career?
It was some career because remember he was like because this is when the Tampa trip. Remember a couple seasons ago when he went to Tampa, and that was supposed to have been a business trip.
But the thing is, we never heard the business,
We
and it was giving sus like he was not on a business trip and was on a relationship trip.
right, but I'm trying to think back because I thought maybe they said something. They said what it was back then. I don't
Nobody
remember.
knows what he does. So if you know what he does, please put it in the comments because we don't know what Ralph do besides being a gold digging man. It seems like at this point.
And I'm like Drew, you let that man play with you twice, not just you. Let him play with you and your kids twice. Because let's talk about a couple seasons ago when he was like, I'm gonna adopt your son and I'm gonna adopt and change your mind. Like you can't do that. And then now you doing it again with the house and over here trying to like
well, he must have did the name thing, I would imagine, if they're giving him custody.
No, because they have another one. They got one that with the both of them.
Well, I know they have, yeah, but I think he got custody of the kids.
I don't. He can't have custody of that son. He can't have custody of that son.
You would hope not, but you never know with these judges these days. I was like, it's not fair to try and penalize her for having a job that requires frequent travel and use that to discredit the caliber of mother she is. I mean, you would hope that they would have worked something out, and just wish he wasn't so petty. Like he'd been given petty from when he first really came on the scene. Huh?
You're not petty enough for me, because you know what I would have did. Oh, you want to see mine? Let me see yours. let me see yours. Dating all the way back to about 2-3 years ago. About you was on a business trip, right? You was supposed to go to I think it was Tampa. What was it, Daytona or Tampa? What was it?
Yeah, it was one of those. It was somewhere in Florida. I don't remember where. I think it was Tampa though.
You looking at mine, but he was supposed to be on a business trip, so he went with the kids. Then I was with him, so
yeah,
she's not petty enough for me. She ain't. She's not petty enough for me.
And then I can't remember what we went to next exactly. Oh, it was when they were at Phaedra's office and she was meeting with her team. They were prepping for Kelly's court appearance. But Kelly came in, I was like, yes, bitch, this hair right here on you, that had the perfect style part. I don't know. It just was one of her cuter looks. Good. Yeah. I was like, with the brown dress, I'm loving all of it. It was like nice soft makeup. Yeah. Do this. Now I did think it was funny that Phaedra gave her a bra. And I think she was trying to tell her, cover those nips up when you come to court.
She did.
We don't want to see that. She said, you gotta wear a bra.
Righteousness.
You need to wear a bra in court. Or at least don't wear an outfit where we can see your nipples. We don't want to see them that day. You want to let them be free in the hallway, that's fine. But when you on that stand, no nips need to be visible, ma'am. It's we're going for
righteousness. I'm going to give you the breastplate of righteousness.
No, I thought that was funny. But I didn't realize she hadn't spoken to her ex in years. I was like, oh, to go from not speaking to them in years, them doing stuff, trying to drag you in the blogs, so then you got to see them in person. I was like, that would be anxiety producing. But she needed to just go ahead and get her some propanol, talk to her doctor about that. It's not controlled. And then she could perform on the stand because her heart won't be trying to beat out her chest.
That's crazy, that's crazy to go from not talking all this time to now all out drag out in court. It's crazy.
I was just like, ugh. Well, it didn't end up happening anyway, because he he did a no-show. They said he was suing the county and he was suing like 5 other people. I said, Now I don't even see what can he sue the county for, the state, something big. I was like, you could. They not being represented in this. So how you suing them? I was confused.
And so apparently they can't go. They couldn't go with that hearing because they got to look into those.
Yeah.
I know he knows he doesn't have a case, but he knew it would prolong because they got to look into it before they can even finish.
I'm so happy Phaedra doing this for free because he's just trying to drain her dry.
Yeah.
Like and it really sucks. Like it really should be a way that the court can like toss that out early. Like you shouldn't be allowed to submit for things like that, like when you're supposed to be in court. What? Okay, yeah. we can look into those after this court day. You need to be here today because those are different things. We look into that next time. I got nothing to do with this. You want to stay with the state? That got nothing to do with Kelly. That just was like, yeah, it just was too much.
But I think what it is because it has to do with the case. He's suing people within this particular case, so that's why it's prolonged.
I want to know what this ex did because he must just got money to throw away.
Right.
He got to. He can throw it away over here.
Because that's crazy to want to do all of that. Like you don't want to.
Yeah, like for someone you love, like she had kids with, like why? It's just too much. When you $31,000 in the rear, I'm sure you spend more to ask your lawyer to draft that up and do that than just paying what you have in the rear. You ain't that much in the rear. So I don't know. Maybe his friend is a lawyer too. Then they went on for the next seat to Drew's mom's party. So I was like, oh, I love this party for Drew's mom. It sucks that Ralph was being Mr. Petty Boots again and try to throw a wrench in plans, wouldn't allow them to have the party in the house because it's his weekend. I was like, he just be doing too.
But I think Drew should have. I mean, it would have been nice, but Drew kind of should have already figured. Like I know in the back of my mind, he'd be like, you should let me do this. Like, come on, like you really being petty. But if you already know that y'all not getting along.
Well, once she said that later, well, they ain't really been getting along, or pretty much they ain't been each other's cup of tea the whole time. And I was like, I mean, I guess you had lofty expectations. He might have been willing to do it if y'all were still together. Clearly you were not. And it was his weekend. So
yeah,
I was just like, he just unfortunately had the upper hand here. But thankfully, ain't stopped no party because that party was beautiful. The catering, the pieces. I was like, and her mama had a blast. You hear me? I said, her mama was lit, okay? Lit. I was like, I guess she needed to let her hair down too because mama had her a blast. What'd you think about the little happy birthday song that she did?
It was okay.
I thought it was really cute. I was like, all right, now you said you was releasing it like it was some new album though, but I was like, that is a cute rendition. I like that. Now, how about when Black came into the party? Did you peep that Bravo put under his description? Drew's friend, because downstairs in the basement, she was like, well, my friend, we've been getting whatever she was saying. But before we get to that, did you see Dr. Ken and Phaedra super long sensual?
They might as well had messed around on the doggone at the kitchen table.
So what kind of hug?
And get them. I said, if Dr. Ken creep is what it gave.
Well, I think he's saying, I don't think I said no ring on there, but how he went from all this super long hug to offering his services more or less for marital counseling.
I said, oh, you want to get
Porsha, and she said, oh, you get in my business. What made you? Why you all up in my business? I said, oh, and he a little snappy with it too. Okay, Dr. Ken.
He was trying
so you sitting there on the professional side. This person, I'm like, girl, you're doing too much. He know his boundaries.
No, because he was doing too much, if you ask me.
No, I think Phaedra liked it.
No, I'm talking about the Porsha.
Oh, well, I mean, she do move quick, so. True. You never know.
But at the you can't offer my services and talk about some I'm all in your business. First off, no, you can't be professional and not professional at the same time.
You technically can, but you shouldn't. Like, which one we did?
You was being petty, is what you was
He
doing.
was. He was 1,000% being
He was
petty.
trying to
So
get his own
he should have expected her retort. Like, yeah, you want to be in my business? What's going on with you? Why you all up in my business? I said, Dr. King just said I saw him. Well, excuse me now. But Portia's face immediately when he was hugging her. Then you seen Drew like, is there more going on here than a hug? Like, what's happening?
They was
I was
rubbing up
like,
on each other. I said,
yeah, it was definitely a lot. I think if they want that, he might have got a little booty squeeze in.
I'm telling
But
you,
the camera was up on it, so if his hand slid down, we would have seen it.
he was
Um,
trying to get his own show. That's what he was trying to do because he
I
was
mean, he did between him and Doctor shoot, what's the other one's name on Married Love, Love and Marriage.
um
You know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah. Yeah, I
Because
can't think of his name.
Dr. Ken's mostly we see on Married to Medicine. That's what we've
Yeah.
seen him the most. But he's been with somebody else's doctor too. But I think he had worked with Dr. Heavenly too, and Simone,
Mm-hmm.
and what you call it. He actually might have worked with what's the child name? Quad too. I think he mostly been the doctor on their show. But it's a doctor on Love and Marriage who pretty much they all see him. I feel like he's doctor with a K too.
And
Anyway,
he was doing the most right there. And when they was doing he was what was he? He was all in the camera doing he was just doing
probably for the happy birthday and the dance. I think he got my favorite in too.
yes. He was just doing too much. He was doing
Yes, he must have had him. You must have had to take a shot when you came in the house or something.
good.
Everybody was a little extra, just a hair extra. I said, ooh. But yeah, I thought that was funny that they put that label under Black as Drew's friend. Huh?
Why is he if he's just your friend, why is he
Friend. There
true?
ain't no benefits. Girl, gotta be some benefits.
I'm not bringing that type of person to my mama birthday. I'm not.
Well, we got people bringing inappropriate people all the time. I mean, last week we had Dennis at the mama's thing.
Oh,
We couldn't make you a
you right.
plate. Now we got the friend at the state. They don't mind mixing it with their
I feel
mama.
like
And the mama gave him a hug, very like she's like, oh, she did say it's nice to see you. You out the phone. The mama a little shady too, but she did say this. I guess she did see him on the phone a lot too.
I think because also too, I feel like even though both of them are very performative, both are very like the Dennis and the Drew was very performative. But
Oh yeah,
with Dennis and Drew, Porsha get a bit more of a pass than Drew does because that's Porsha baby daddy.
yeah. So he will always be in their life.
You
And
just
he would need to take P over to the mama's house. So like, yeah, he would need to know where she lives, and it does make sense.
But Drew, you just told everybody that y'all want together. So if y'all want together, then and
she likes to be confusing. She wants to be an enigma. That's what it is.
you know what it was? I think
What?
because she was expecting K Michelle to be there. She
Oh, she probably was.
because this is even though this your mama birthday, Drew ain't got no money for real. So production paid for that or help pay for that. And she was thinking, oh, K Michelle might possibly be here. Let me go ahead and get them two in the room together.
Maybe. Yeah, because I don't know why she keep wanting to connect them. It really is too much. I'm definitely over it. So then the next scene was Shamia and Gerald talking to their surrogate. And it seemed like this journey, even though I know you're over it, seemed like this surrogate is going well. So it seems like it's a good go. She's like checked whatever or passed all the initial checks.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, good, because I think they still have the 2 embryo left. I don't think they said if they're
They said they got one. This the
one
last
one boy, 2 embryo left.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I heard her say. I was like, glad they're having a great go with that since it's only 2 left. I like the positivity of the surrogate that she really was. She seems like she's a God-fearing woman, which I think she may, is and likes. And
Yeah.
so it was nice that she was able to kind of reaffirm her, like, it feels like this is gonna be a good go. Like, I'm gonna stay with the positivity, like try not to really even think of or even have that otherness on your mind. So I was glad, and of course, like they like to do, they went from Shamia right to Porsha. So I was like, now on to Porsha. Oh, so I was trying to think, well, what I'm talking about here. So that was when Sway came over to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Porsha was looking real regular. And it was like a half hug because I was looking at the hug too before she said something. I was like, maybe they're not really into each other because that hug was not a hug of lovers or even friends with benefits. It was like barely a hey girl. Before she, had said that, like, what is this half for this church hug you giving me?
Right.
But what I say, um, so what do you think was a cute or a little stalker for Porsha to register for the classes that Sway teaches?
I would do it.
So, but do you think it's cute or a little stalker? Because you doing it doesn't say whether you think it's cute or stalker. Try it and go around my question. Thought it was a little cute. I feel like it's showing support, unless you know she's trying to. Because what did she say? She teaches people how to open suites. Is
Salon
that what it was?
suites. Yeah, salon suites. Yeah.
Seen her on like a little, not quite a commercial, but like on my IG time.
Yes.
I was gonna say you're right. I think I have seen where she does. I don't think I connected the dots, but maybe that's why she looked familiar-ish to me before. I don't really see it on my timeline now, but I did see it enough to know what it is. Okay, so yeah, I thought it was cute. A touch of stalker, just a little touch, but I thought it was mostly cute and being supportive
Yeah.
of your girl. So she was like, I thought it was a cute stalker. And I was like, yeah, let's give him a little bit of both. Gonna say I would do it. Answering the question is.
Do it.
Now I was saying I like that Sway took the glasses off to have a serious conversation. Because that was when they was gonna talk about what's going on with her and Mike. So Sway took the glasses off. And then Porsha talking about, so I mean, is it like love or something? Well, I'm a very lovable person. I said, oh, now I'm a lovable person. But you know what that made me think of? I was like, DJ would say that too. I'm lovable. What? Somebody loves me, right?
Yes. I was like, and I was with it. I was like, yeah.
I mean, I low key think that too about myself. Like, well, I mean, I would probably say I'm pretty likable. I'm a pretty likable person. I don't know if, I mean, once you like me, I think you'll love me. But I did think that was pretty funny. I was like, oh, well, yeah. Then she had kind of looked at Sway like, is there something you need to say? And Sway was like, there's things about you that I love. And I was like, yep, that's a good choice of words to say it like that. Like all of you know, we definitely not there. You said, but not Porsha saying, I got a feeling. And that was the first time that Sway apparently heard, like, oh, you kind of checking for me? Well, what the fuck y'all been talking about on the phone and when y'all be chilling is what I'm confused. You ain't know she had a feeling or that she was feeling you?
I think what it is I don't think it's an unsureness. I think it's just let me just hear. I want to hear it out loud while we hear this while we having this conversation. I like hearing you say it. So let me just.
Okay.
I'm gonna act like I don't know, just so you can say it.
Maybe, because I was like, you don't know that she had a feeling. What? I said, I do like that Sway isn't worried too much about the labels, When Portia was like, so am I gay now? And she was like, I think you're transitioning. She said transitioning. I'm like, I don't think y'all using the right words anyway. But then I think it was a good disclaimer to just say, well, I'm not worried about labels. So I was like, so that probably doesn't bother her that Portia wasn't gay before, because clearly there was always an inkling for women. So she knows that that's genuine. Like she's
Right.
not faking that she's into you as a person or as a woman, at least because she has clearly been that way with her friends or other people anyway. So then the next scene where they were at Angela's. And I think they were at the dinner table, if I'm not mistaken, because the daughter was there. That wig Angela had on, she just ain't had to sit and write or something. I didn't like it. I want her to take it off. I feel like the wig critique this season because they've been real something. They've been some misses. It's been a lot of hits.
That won't it.
But I said this must have been like one of the on sale bin ones or something. Send it back.
That's the one she already had from way back when. That's one of her OG wigs.
She need to no. Don't do it. I just was like, I do not like this. Now the photo shoot looked like they actually came out cuter than I was thinking. Because I thought I was gonna like the big hair one, but I actually like the little roller set one. I was like, it actually looked more artistic, and I would pay attention to that ad more actually than the big hair one. They took a funny angle, I feel like, for the big hair one, at least the one she flashed. And I was like, it made her portions look funny to me because the hair was so big. Yeah. With the gold dress, and the gold dress was a little too short for her to be so long. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it for me. But I was like, I actually like kind of the angle y'all were at, the lighting that you did, because it was like a little bit of shading going on in the rollers. I was like, now got shit to do with fans.
No, it does.
But sometimes it don't have to do with fans. So it was like this, there's that. But yeah, it came out cute. So somebody had a little vision there. It came out. Now I thought it was a great conversation that they were having at the table.
I'm confused.
With what?
I know they went to therapy, but how we go from one episode, y'all not getting it together, and then the next episode I see you with your daughter, now y'all the best of friends. What that?
Well, they did therapy during the episode where they weren't together. That was the same episode. Some people just need to get it out, and once you get it out and you feel heard, because it sounds like they had a good relationship anyway. This one big thing was the camel, if you will, that broke the straw that broke the camel's back for them. But the camel's back is being restored because I think they just had the conversations they needed to have.
It was weird to me because I'm looking at this like, when this happened, and now y'all best of friends, and now y'all doing confessionals together and whatnot. Now you don't know if you want to be married.
Like, it was weird just because women, mothers and daughters, can have that sort of dynamic. You can go at it, but in your heart, y'all love each other. Like it is beef, but there ain't no real beef. It just, you need it to be understood.
The way they was putting 20 on 10, it did not make
sense. I think they're both Gemini. Especially Angel.
Saying y'all haven't spoke in so long. You didn't even tell her about the marriage. So it goes to show the child's relationship wasn't that great. And now the next episode, after you'd have been to maybe 1 or 2 therapy sessions, and now y'all the best of friends having dinner together, and now you don't know if you want to be married, when that's the said problem that caused y'all to. Okay.
You know how much of it is that she doesn't want to be married versus not realizing what marriage was.
And that was dumb.
Yeah, I think that's where she's coming to the realization. I don't feel like she necessarily gave the impression that she doesn't want to be with her wife. It seems that she is realizing now that she did this prematurely. And she said in that meeting or discussion that, like, I think I didn't tell you because I didn't want to hear what you had to say. Some people won't tell you stuff because they have an idea of what you're going to say, and that's why they'll tell you. Not because they're not close. I mean, I did not know my sister did not let me know that she likes ladies until after she told mommy. Now, I was hurt because I was thinking, bitch, you're supposed to be able to tell me before you tell mommy. We close in age. I'm thinking I'm cool. I'm not giving no homophobia over here. Why are you not telling me first? Why was I the last one you told? And she told me later, like, more or less, I was like scared to see what you would say. And I'm thinking, what you think I was gonna say beside, like, all right, like, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't necessarily say I guessed it, but I really don't care. You're my sister either way, like, whatever. All I care about is this chick treating you right? But that's all I care about. Whether they guy or girl, they need to treat you right. Because if they don't, big little sis got something to say.
I didn't tell nobody. Y'all
Yeah,
everybody
but
found out at the same time.
well, so then you know that sometimes it don't have none. It's no bearing on the actual relationship, right?
Man, y'all found out before mine. If you want to be honest, if we really want to be honest,
So, and it's not that y'all aren't close. So sometimes you don't say something or don't talk to somebody about something important to you because it's you who is concerned about how their reaction will be. And it sounded like that was the issue that she got to kind of voice. And then I think she apologized for kind of like, I apologize for like shutting you out for that time. Because, yeah, this was a big deal and I should have included you in it. But I think the lesson Angela hopefully can learn is to try to share your opinions with compassion and be mindful. Not every opinion needs to be shared because obviously it has an impact on what's being shared with you. But I wanted to say that while marriage is not easy, it shouldn't be hard either. So I just want to put that out there for those folks who say marriage is hard. Now the Lord has 1,000% blessed me with my husband. I understand this to my core that we was meant to be together because it is very seamless. But I think good marriages where you are equally yoked is where it is seamless. Like it really, me and my husband are gonna be together now 21 years coming up toward the end of this month, and we've been together for about 26, and it has not been hard. Now, are there times where you all have disagreements? Of course, we're two different people.
right?
And we're a man and a woman. I mean, those are two big differences, right? So, but it has not, at no point did I feel like, oh my God, this is so hard. I can't communicate. So I think, obviously having good communication, being mindful, like or rather being considerate of the other person are like key things that a lot of people don't think about. But it shouldn't feel hard. It shouldn't feel like you are trying to run through mud or quicksand every day. If it feels like that ain't the marriage for you. You need to be out because it should not feel hard all the time. Hard moments, yes. Maybe even hard seasons, yes. But ideally, with a good partnership, you all are supporting each other.
Yeah.
So even though it's a hard time, the marriage isn't hard. So
I believe what's the name was being dramatic. I believe the daughter's being a little dramatic. Oh, I can't take her away from school and work. What?
Why would you want to though? It's gonna be for a set time period. Because I thought that I was like, well, girl, it sounds like you just need to occupy yourself. Do you need to go to school or work? So that you're not noticing she at school or work so much? Because it's like, well, who's hanging with me? Go hang with your brother and sister. Go hang with your mama.
Gabe, the wife Gabe very like, hey y'all, how you doing? And Gabe, it sounded very sound. It didn't. I mean, hey, it was very a small encounter, but
yeah, it was.
It didn't give the oh my God, this is just I just can't
Exactly.
that. So
I think she thought it was gonna be rainbows and sunshine and every day is the honeymoon, and I mean that's just her youth. So I was like, sometimes you have to live and learn on your own. Like sometimes your parent can tell you and you thinking they don't know what they talk about. So you go on experience, you be like, oh, they didn't know they was talking about. All right, well, you was right. So sometimes you got to learn on your own. I was like, hopefully they fight through it and make it. But like you said, after hearing this, like, no, it's yeah, I don't really have no struggle. This isn't even hard what you mentioned. It is, well, let me back up. It's not that it's not hard, because having it where you feel like you're alone, right? Because physically the person is away doing stuff is hard. But I think you have to think about what they are doing. It's different if you alone because they're going to be with someone else. They're alone and you know where they're at. They're at school, they're at work. You can see that. And for school in particular, it has a time, it has an end date.
it's about to be like she's not about to be in school forever. Like let her graduate
Exactly.
and see what's gonna be after she graduate. Goodness.
Yes. So I just say, I mean, mostly takes understanding and have an objective perspective, which you have to be mature. So if you're not mature, you're not going to have an objective perspective to say, oh, well, she's only going to be in school for 2 years. So for 2 years, I'm going to have to thug it out. Get you a hobby. takes place during the time when she is at school. Because then it's less noticeable because y'all both was doing something. So you don't have to feel guilty about being away from her either. Or sometimes giving the people a taste of their own medicine. So you don't want to do it in times when y'all could spend together, but maybe you getting home a little later and she thinks, oh, well, I was planning to be with you. I guess I'd be feeling too. Mm-hmm.
But I'm also thinking too, because I remember when Angela was like, "Oh, you want to be an adult, but you want to be a kid too," and it's like, well, is she playing that role in her marriage where
Probably.
you just being childish and you could be working and doing something, but you're not, and now you have an attitude because now you want me to be here all the time. So it's like, okay, what? All right, Angela, are you? Was you?
You might be onto something there. Well, because I also put in here, I was like, I think the challenge why a lot of marriages or relationships, whether it be friendships or not, don't work because most people aren't mature and they don't have understanding or able to be objective, like kind of to step back from a situation and look at it from both points. That you really need to be able to do that to then have the right approach for a situation. If you don't do that, then I don't see how you're not going to get the other person's perspective. There's not going to be any understanding. So you're going to, the other person always going to let you down and you're going to say the wrong things. And then that's going to let them down. So that's part of the problem. But yeah, I think it's some immaturity or maybe childish behavior going on, like you said. Now, what was we talking about?
Oh, and Gerald. What's not Gerald? What's the boy name? Charles. He just decoration. He just be there for decoration. They just be putting him in the scene just you sit here. They just put him in decoration.
Yeah. But she said something, you're not gonna say nothing. He's like, I mean, this is you and your daughter. Like, I'm not sure what Charles is not talkative. From what we can see. He don't, or maybe he's just camera shy. One of the two. Either he don't like talking to you, or he don't like talking to you on camera. But he has been a little bit more supportive this year, so I will give Charles a kudos for. Last year it was looking like you weren't checking for your wife. At least this year you seem like you like her a little bit. You do some confessionals with her. You've come to some events with her. Like you're giving a little effort this time. So
that's because they listen. They listen to the viewers, and they was like, "Oh yeah, let's." They say we don't like each other. Let's make it look like we like each other. Let's put it in.
Now let's make it look like we like each other. Now everybody came real cute dressed to K Michelle's event. I thought it was cute, and what was it called? Pumpkins Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, pudding, rodeo. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is real cute. I said, everybody came dressed and cute. Well, why Drew get out the car? Pop the fan. Girl, you are not, this not your event. You doing too much, girl. No, you a background in for the day. So, like, this her shit, and then she the shit. I was like, I just hate it. Girl, I want you to stop. So irritated. She just been tapping my whole spirit.
True. She want the shit that night. You can't tell.
With her big shoulders. I just was like, oh my goodness, these pointy shoulders is doing too much for me. But I thought it was I thought it was funny. Kelly said I didn't know what she was coming with. A monkey, a tiger. And I was like, yeah, kinda, because shit, this was the event the horse should have been at. This was actually country themed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, I didn't think, and that's when I said I didn't think she kept the horse because the other day I felt like she mentioned it, and she seemed like she was trying to figure nothing else. Like, tell me, I got to figure out what to do with the horse. Now you trying to keep up the lie like you really got this horse, but you do not have this horse because you don't got nowhere to live. So how you gonna have somewhere for the horse to live? She gonna go live wherever she bought the horse, and that's where she gonna go live to.
Angela got on my nerve. She ain't know what to do with the horse. She ain't know that horse was coming. Now, Angela.
Girl, get out of here. But Kelly came to the party lit. She pregame. I said Kelly is lit because y'all just got to the party. And when she's extra giggly and extra talkative, she'd have had her several drinks already. I said, ooh, now she a good time, but she already done. Now, I didn't think it was a time or place for Shamia to bring it up. But I kind of could see to some degree where I would bring it up partially. So if that was me.
She took it a little too far.
Yeah, I wouldn't pulled out the paper yet. Like I would have said, you know, the horse. No, it's a horse, and that horse did shit on my lawn. Though, but I didn't hear anything about it. Girl, when I'm gonna talk to you? We do not talk. We're not friends.
Right.
This is the first time I'm seeing you, so I'm saying it now because this is
Right.
the first thing since then. That horse shit on the pavement in my yard, and I would have been like, and I'll talk to you later about more. I wouldn't have pulled out the paper, and I was like, that was neither the time nor the place, in my opinion, to do it. But I think it's also kind of hard to pull people to the side because everyone else gathers when you
Yeah.
do that. So it's like you pretty much gonna be doing it in front of everybody anyway. But
And it's like, when am I ever gonna talk to you outside of this for real?
I'm not. The $2,200. I said that's crazy work. I'd have thought that was some made up something too. Girl, get out of here. I said, and that was in the time I said I would have mentioned it. I said, Drew, y'all don't talk, so now would be a time to mention it. But not at the end of the event. Like, hey, let me holler at you over here. Obviously, it still would have been challenged since Drew was doing team too much.
Something I would have said something maybe in a joking manner, and then later on had a conversation. Like
I mentioned like, that's was shit all over my God. I would have said that, and we could have kikied and laughed about it. Because then later when we talked about it, I was like, I wasn't joking when I said the horse shit in the yard, and my HOA charged me because you need to come at least with half of this bill. Really, you need to pay for it.
And then the thing with Shamia, it's like, all right, Shamia, you even said you wasn't even expecting her to pay it. You just wanted her to say, I'm sorry. So we would have just said it jokingly then, like, right, amongst everybody, because everybody was there when the horse was there.
I think she wanted her to pay it.
And because she said she did it.
She said she did, and I think she also like, I want you to pay it. Because it's going to be hard to ask somebody for 20. You ain't getting no apology. I mean, well, let me rephrase. I would have been apologetic. Because it would have been like, oh, shit everywhere. But she's not because she's Drew.
Right.
Because even when you said it joking, it should have been like, oh, my God, it pooped. Like, oh, well, they do be pooping all the time. Like, it wasn't even that then. But she did pull the paper out with the quickness. So she almost didn't even have a chance to respond to the horse poop. Because then it was like, and it cost $2,200. Oh. So, right. Yeah, I was just like, the execution of that, Shamia could work on that. While I'm Team Shamia, that one that boo.
That execution was not it. It was
not it.
You know your horse shit all over my yard. Then we would have talked about it on the way. Let me walk into your car. Come holler at me real quick.
You gonna call Shamia performative? Girl, pot kettle, get the fuck out of here. You of all people, and I said, takes one to know one. It was like, and poop, like you brought a horse to my house. Oh yeah, when she said you're being performative, you're the one who brought a horse to my party. That's performative.
Miss Cowboy Carter.
Like, get out of, you didn't even get on the horse. You should have really went on for it if you're gonna do it. I just was like I said, I'm definitely not Team Drew. I'm over it. I was put in saloon, not rodeo. I don't know why I said reciprocated.
But I ain't like Pinky outfit. I did not like Pinky outfit that she had on.
It was too plain. Yeah, it was like the black button down with a little wispy, feathery fringe and like some jeans.
It was given. She was trying to take. It was giving cowboy. She was trying to take one of the cowgirl girls home with us, which
it was giving stud. She was giving stud, and she tapped back into it. Maybe she seen her slave was and was like, "Let me give off that this time." I don't know.
He's been just looking lost. He just looked
lost. He was looking lost in the sauce. He was.
Okay, get him, Pinky.
So I can't remember when I said reciprocated, but it was where Porsha was in her confession, and she was like, "So y'all, I done fucked around and found out. Now what she say? I'm gay. Oh, I'm gay. I'm real gay. You see that the rainbow?" I said, "Get out of here. I'm so over it. Not the fucked around and found out." I said, "Oh, she done turn you out." And you loved it. Um, okay. Then they went back to the party after she announced that yeah, she's officially gay. Um, so I thought it was cute that they was doing like a little step-in entrance to the party. And then Kay came out with an outfit change. I was like, okay, yes, ma'am, look, I see what you did there. And I was like, all right, Jesus, some whiskey. Now, in the very first two notes, I was like, oh, I don't know if the sound is funny, how I'm feeling the first few notes. So something off. Did she need to take the earpiece out? But then it came around like after about the sixth note, I was like, okay. Because I know she could sing. Because I was like, I rocks with Kay. But it wasn't given those first. And I was like, yeah, it's like the music off, something was off.
They ain't do the sound check.
That's what it was given. But the rest of it was pretty good. Then they had, what was the song they was, VSOP, so very special. So I was like, I gave a rating. So I said Shamia, yes. What'd you say for Shamia's little karaoke?
Oh, it was okay. I was hoping for a little more.
A little more. Yeah. But she kind of got them last minute. They wasn't expecting to do this. So there's that. Angela, hell no.
We go.
Now, so Angela came with the energy, but no, ma'am. You should have just been like, hey, pass my.
We gon' light some. Like, she was getting it.
And then I said Porsha did okay. Did you like Porsha's? Okay. And then Pinky, hell no.
That was just her song. That's her song. She's singing the car.
She shouldn't sing it there either. I said, Kelly, no.
Now,
no.
That was Kelly shit too. Now they know. I think K Michelle know this all they shit. This they song. This how they perform it in their car. Cause you can't tell me Kelly ain't thought she did that.
Yeah, and then Drew, of course, wanted to be extra, grabbing the mic, and
I did like hers the best though.
She did once we could hear it. She did sound the best and gave a little extra. She was on the mic a little longer too. So I was just like, at first it wasn't quite translated, and it was like she's singing too soft. But I did hear the little note or two at the end. So I was like, I said, so how we went from the positivity, ooh, we kumbaya, everybody sing on the mic, we finished, come on over there. And then how so quick did we turn to, and Kate actually was leading the way with this, to like this being drama about stupid ass black again. And I was like, oh my God, why this keep coming up?
I feel like initially it started off as a joke, but then
I just think she started like, girl, you need to stop saying I'm, and then Drew, ready for it. Well, what's this on my phone? Girl, what?
I'm like, why is we like?
How do you have a seats ready for impromptu conversation?
She was like, you was too ready. You was too ready.
Way too ready. So I was like, I guess she thought Drew would be rational. But how can you prove that message you showing is from Kay? I was like, this too much to be over black. Because when they came down there, like, you will not talk to me. And then Drew, and then she done the window blew and she done fell. She ended up on the ground. Again, performative much? Who's the performative one?
And I'm sitting here like, now, Drew, K Michelle didn't even initiate any conversation that you're saying she initiated. Like,
yeah, because you said like she's replying to him, and then yeah, she is a Southern belle in that way. Well, she'll say pumpkin, sweetie, handsome, cutie, like that is how she talks. So if she said handsome, he ain't that handsome. Let's keep it a buck. He's not cute.
You know what it gives? You know how you have like the generated responses, like to send out really quick. I think we'll probably just have a couple of them just to,
get through, like show appreciation, like thank you for coming, because you want them, to be coming. And how nice is it to get a personalized message from someone for you coming to a show? Like he was a patron. So yeah, I was like, how you end up on the floor? Now when she was walking out talking to her sister, she said she tripped over her pants. But then when you talking to Porsha, you got pushed.
They pushed me and the security was all on me. And I'm like, girl.
Even Porsha wasn't buying that. I was like, girl. Then I was like, you're not gonna be in the group picture. This is the finale. So is this the group picture you're gonna walk off because you embarrass yourself? Because that's the only reason you'll walk off. Why does my thing keep jumping? It's fucking pissing me off.
I said, listen,
Okay.
because you want to do too much and end up in the flow.
All the way in the floor. All right, so now we're gonna get into these wrap ups. So the recap for Phaedra was funny. The Godfather of Atlanta and Lady of Glen, but the Scottish property is mostly in spirit. I said, "Ooh, bravo." These shady. I wonder who. Do you think the producers write or just the writers?
I think the producers do it.
Yeah, because I was thinking, well, who would know like what's going on? I was like, the producers actually probably know, but I had just thought that. Then Pinky, the founder chapter 11. I'm just saying, you got 2 new franchises, but $4 million is a lot of debt. I said, but hey, Trump did it several times, so sometimes it's a way to clear your debts. Have to be more cash flow positive for the next few ventures, but you can still be successful.
Yeah.
Fowler chapter 11. Tony Braxton did it several times.
Didn't Wesley Snipes do it?
I think he had to do it for the tax stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is something that people with money, and it's like, it doesn't seem like it quite means you're broke. It means I couldn't pay these bills. It do mean that I got into more debt than I should have. Right. So y'all need to stop lending to me for a while, but it doesn't mean you're not making money. Right. It just means the money I'm making can't pay for these bills that I so anyway, I thought that was interesting. That Shamia's rumbling didn't pan out. So I guess whoever was not willing to give her a percentage and they just wanted her to be a wholesaler. And I was like, but a perfume line with that body as a silhouette might work. I said maybe George will pay again to see her as a perfume bottle.
I could see that.
And that they're pregnant.
Oh yeah, they did because she ended up
Yeah. So they're 3 months, or at least that and that will be now. So they're 3 months now. So I was like, oh, well, that's cool. That Angela and her daughter better with you, Pete. So I said, yay. That she has renters in the house. That I didn't appreciate that they didn't show the house. I want to see the house. Because it sounds like y'all just cleaned some cobwebs and rented it out. That's what it's giving.
Like, yeah, they showed all the bugs and whatnot. Show us what you could do, because right now we still can't. I still don't know, and I still don't know what to believe, whether you people in there or not for real.
I believe there's renters, but it doesn't mean you're turning a profit. It means you're at least not paying for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but you still could be putting a little something into it. So I just was like, okay. I said, all she mentioned was an exterminator, and who's on the wait list for her fans? You on the wait list for a Fangie fan?
No, after almost pulled off Porsha wig.
That's what I said. I said it was sounding kind of loud, and it can't be eating up the hair now. Girl, no, we got to work on that. So I was like, ooh. Now, if you get your hair too close to a fan, that can happen. But with that being said, if it's powerful enough, it shouldn't suck my hair in unless she had it flipped the other way. So even if my hair is here, it should be blowing my hair away so it can't suck it in. So yeah, I was like, I wasn't really sure what happened with how her hair. But, if they have a longer hair, I guess if your hand's down here and it's the other way, if you have like a 40-inch or something hair. But I remember that hair being long.
It need to be something in there the way you shouldn't, because fans way ain't gonna catch your hair.
Yeah, it really shouldn't. She's like, oh, I need to put a warning label. No, you needed to not suck up people's hair. Let's do that. And then when she was coming for Kelly as they wrapping up, I was like, Angela, stop it. The season over. Cut it out.
Yeah.
I was like, Drew not even in the group shot because she's doing too much. I said Kelly needed to sell that restaurant, close it anyway. I don't know why Drew had to burst the bubble online and say nothing.
Now Drew, I'm like, Drew, you don't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You don't even have your children, but you paying child support to that man, but you want to be coming for Kelly and her, and y'all in the same situation.
She's in a worse situation. Drew.
I'm saying, but y'all are in a very similar situation.
Yeah, when you're dealing with your kids and money and housing transition. So yeah, I was like, I thought it was more than weeks between the grand opening and the grand closing. It seems. So I was like, it was weeks apart. So I was like, ooh. Now you just mentioned what Drew got. What Drew got hit. I was like, you had to move out. You lost custody and you got to pay child support. But I was like, I guess whoever won was gonna win all the things because they kind of go together as a package deal. And I was like, wow,
And
that's
Drew shouldn't have said nothing.
crazy.
You can't come for nobody in a business when your personal life is the shits the way yours is.
Yeah, it's all the way in the toilet. I said, shit, that super sucks. And you know, Ralph is definitely throwing that shit in her face all the time. Now you gotta ask him for permission. I think it's crazy that she has to pay him child support.
It's
Like,
very crazy.
I just said that's bullshit.
When it comes between Drew versus Ralph, I'm on Drew's side. But when it comes down to for her versus the girl, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
Be quiet.
I agree. Yeah, we don't like her. Kay's album just dropped on Friday. Have you listened to it yet?
No.
And I meant to before today, and then I just didn't get around to. But I gotta go ahead and listen to that too, since I heard a couple that I would, actually listen to. I will say I'm not a country girl, but it seems like it's along the lines of a Cowboy Carter in that it is Kay's version of country, meaning I'm gonna get a little more soul, which I like, because there are some country songs that I love that Bone song. I don't know what group singer, but it's a country artist. It's one that's like The House Having Good Bones. It's a really good song. So anywho, I do enjoy some songs, but it gotta have the right feel. And I feel like Kay will give it the right feel. And I was like, now Porsha and Sway have supposedly been together since the new year. But like you said, let's see what happens over the holidays. Let's see if they make it to another new year. Now that the show done wrapped, are they gonna suddenly break up?
Yeah, we're gonna see. And I also think because Housewives is about to do another show, they about to do the girls trip. So
you talking about that 20th thing?
No, you know how they bring all the girls together, like from the different franchises, then they go on a one big like girls trip.
I've seen what they're doing a 20th. It says R20. So you've seen the preview for R20 and you're not talking about that.
No, this is for I think they do like a show like the.
I've seen that one. I know the one you're talking about, and it's all the old heads. Yeah. It's not usually current people.
Yeah, so Porsha was on there one season.
Yeah, I know.
And I think they're bringing Nene back for that.
So you're talking about what I'm talking about. It's R20. So it seems like it's an event that has all of the people, I presume 10 years plus in the Housewives Association, because it was from different, like it was Nene, of course you got Vicky who was there. You saw Luann who was there. I wouldn't be surprised if a Ramona was there. So it looks like it's gonna be like all of your like classic people from like when Housewives first started. But yeah, it's giving girls trip, but an event is what I was taking from it. Because I watched the different girl shows because Eva was on one of the seasons. Yeah. Porsha was. So it was funny because they had said that during when her and Sway was talking. She was like, "Oh, the trouble with the lesbian." Because on the girls trip,
yeah.
Because I think the girls trip she was on, I think Giselle. Was it Giselle and Giselle? I think was on that. Was it Giselle and Ashley on that one, or just Giselle?
I want to say just Giselle. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe
because I knew they had did that love show. Giselle, Ashley, and I want to say old white lady, but I can't think of her name right now. Anyway, from Orange County, they did that like Love Hotel or whatever, something like that. But it wasn't that one. So anyway, yes, I do watch their show. I have seen the girls trip, like little special thing that they do because it's like 6 episodes or something like that, and they go to a destination and then the house and they do all the things. But yeah, they had told her she was gonna have trouble with a lesbian, and she was like, trouble with the lesbian, because I think she might have been rocky road with her and Simon then. I don't think they had officially divorced, but things weren't looking cool, if I recall correctly. And so it's like, oh, so is the trouble gonna be with the lesbian? Because getting mixed up with the lesbian is not the same as having trouble with the lesbian. So we shall see what comes of that. All right. So, did you have anything else you wanted to go over from this episode? Otherwise, we're gonna rate that thing.
I think that was it.
All right. So, I gave this episode 8.5, 9, because it did have a little drama. You had people fake falling and people talking about shit on lawns, and it was enough little different scenes and things that I definitely stayed intrigued and into the whole episode. What did you give it?
I was gonna give it an 8. It wasn't bad. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah. Now, what would you give the season as a whole?
Now,
Mine is not as high. I'm put that out there.
no, mine's not as low either.
What you gave it?
I would give it a 6.57.
I'm giving it a 7. I said it took too long. The drama felt manufactured. Like y'all trying to do everything in these last 4 episodes. It's kind of trying to hit us with stuff. We needed it more sprinkled. Like yeah, it was like pulling teeth there for, like I said, for us to feel like, oh my God, it's finally over. So that's what made it be a 7. It could have been higher if it was like 4 episodes less than what happened in the last 4 episodes happened sooner.
Yeah.
So maybe that was editing for Bravo's behalf. So if you're watching, take note of that. It was too long. We didn't like it, and it made it less interesting. Not more.
One of my clients came in the salon. What was this today? Today, Wednesday. Monday. And she was looking at the old seasons of Housewives. And I said, this one, it was good. This is when Phaedra just had her son. The baby just had the baby, and Cynthia up there, and Kim was still on there. I said, oh, this was the golden age of Housewives.
I wonder if Kim's going to be on that R20 event that they have. Because she would be good to have on it too. Because Kim was a fan favorite. I liked Kim. I like Kim's, glow up on there. Obviously, she's fallen into a rougher time since her and old boy got divorced, I believe, and house and whatever happened. But from what I've seen, she still looks good. So go on, bring her back. She was always a good time and fun. And she got a mouth on her, which is what y'all want. Y'all want people who don't say what you. Kim always said what she wanted. And one word about nobody else and how they was gonna feel. And she ain't gonna fight nobody. So and she's cool enough, like Phaedra knows, Cynthia know her, Porsha know her. So she at least knows enough. I think Shamia knows her. Enough of the people who are still on the cast know her.
Yeah.
Now for the reunion look, since they gave a preview, I wasn't loving all of them. But I'll give them their full review when we see the actual reunion. But from the snippets, and because sometimes when you see a seed, it ain't the same as the beauty as when they walk in. So hopefully seeing it standing up, I'll be like, ooh, but some of the hair choices were enough for me.
For the most part, they didn't do too bad. For the most part. For the most part, I did. And I loved Porsha's. It looks good. Phaedra looked good. Ooh,